on my second slide.
All you need is me, y'all. Me and the Most High.
Whatever side you choose. Like, come closer so the brother could be here too.
Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9, and give me Ecclesiastes 3 and 15.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. And it reads, the thing that has been, it is that which shall be.
The what?
The thing that had been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
So we got to understand that there's no new thing under the sun. Read that. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 15. Right, so we got to understand there's no new thing under the sun. The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 15. That which hath been is now, and that which is be has already been. And God requires that which is past. So the Lord just said that he requires that which is past. What was past? The children of Israel in captivity. The children of Israel in bondage. Us going through slavery. That's what the Lord requires that was past. Right? So we're going to read about that.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 13.
Bring it out.
And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor.
What did the Egyptians do?
The Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor.
So the children of Israel, they served in rigor in Egypt. Right? They was building the pyramids. They was building up the kingdom of Egypt. You feel me? They was going through hardcore bondage and slavery.
And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage. In mortar and in brick and in all manner of service in the field.
Exactly.
All their service wherein they had made them serve was with rigor.
Exactly, and that's what we did here. Right? The Lord said he required that which is past. The children of Israel built the White House. They built up all the great monuments in America. You feel me? So the Lord required that which is past. That same slavery that we went through in the land of Egypt, we have to go through it again. This is because the children of Israel, they don't understand the commandments. They don't never want to hearken unto the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments. So read that from me out.
The book of Job, chapter 36 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
For truly my word shall not be false.
All right.
He that is perfect in knowledge is with thee. Behold, God is mighty and despiseth not any. He is he is mighty in strength and in wisdom.
In what?
And in wisdom.
Okay.
He preserveth not the life of the wicked, but giveth right to the poor.
Exactly. So the Lord, he don't preserve the life of the wicked. He's getting rid of wicked people. All the Israelites, all the people that's breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, the Lord is sifting them out the earth. You feel me? You can't be living on this earth and think you have free will and that you're gonna keep living to see another day. You gotta fear the Lord with fear. Go ahead, keep going.
He withdraweth not his eyes from the righteous, but with kings are they on the throne. Yea, he doeth establish them from ever.
Who did the Lord establish forever? He established the kingdom of Israel forever. The children of Israel, they were established forever. The Lord never gonna get rid of the children of Israel. Go ahead.
And they are exalted. And if they be bound in fetters.
If they what?
If they be bound in fetters.
If they be what?
Bound in fetters.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, so-called, they the only people that's bound in fetters.
And be holden in cords of affliction.
We being held in cords of affliction. In the highways and byways when the police come and they pull us over. Right? In these jail institutions, they hold us in cords of affliction.
Then he shows them their works.
It's because the Lord is showing us our works. He's showing us the laws, statutes, and commandments that we're breaking.
In their transgressions that they have exceeded. He openeth also their ears to discipline and commandeth that they return from iniquity.
So we got to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments and turn from the iniquity. Because we in iniquity in these last days. We got to convert back to the Lord. Right? So he's basically judging us through these other nations because of the things that we do. We're not following the law, statutes, and commandments. And if it wasn't for the Lord, we wouldn't be here no more. So go ahead and read it.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 3, and verse 6. For I am the Lord.
He's what?
For I am the Lord. I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
Exactly. So if it wasn't for the Lord, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans wouldn't even be on the earth. We sin every day. We out here breaking the Sabbath day, right? Arguing with our brother because we have pride and we think we right. Breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, and having pride and going in folly. And this is the reason why this type of stuff is happening. Go ahead and read this, 42:22.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 42 and verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
What the Lord said?
This is a people robbed and spoiled.
The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the only people that's robbed and spoiled. This whole land literally was robbed from the Native Americans, right? We literally was stolen from a whole coast and brought to a land that we know is not. So we are the people that's robbed and spoiled. Go ahead.
They are all of them snared in holes.
What are we?
Snared in holes.
All of our strong men, with us growing up, all of our strong men talked about going in holes. They talked about going in holes in jail, and they hate the hole, right? They talk about going in the hole, how long they was in there, how bad it is, how they was going crazy in the hole. The Lord prophesied this from the days of old. Go ahead.
They are hid in prison houses.
We are what?
They are hid in prison houses.
We the only people that fill up the jailhouses. The inmate count of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans is the highest in the whole world in America. Nowhere in the world could you find blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans filling up the prison houses as inmates anywhere in the world other than America. Go ahead.
They are for a prey.
We are for what?
For a prey.
When you driving around here, the police, they only looking for black and Hispanic people that have warrants. They don't care about nothing else. They want a black or Hispanic person to have warrants so that the government and the jailhouse could get paid. Go ahead.
And none delivereth for a spoil.
Don't nobody deliver us.
For a spoil, and none saith restore.
Nobody is here to restore us, so we here to restore our own people. We here to restore the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Give them the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord so that they can restore themselves, because we are being judged by the Lord in these days. Go ahead.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, and verse 5.
Bring it out.
Whose possessors slay them.
Who's what?
Whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty.
Read that from the top.
Whose possessors slay them.
So these people out here literally slaying us. You see police officers driving up and down the street of the ghetto. As soon as they find a group of men, they can't wait to go slay them. They trigger happy for our people. They can't wait to see our people slaughtered on their ground. They use us for target practice. And the Lord prophesied that because we don't follow the law, statutes, and the commandments of God. So this is what we have to come back to. We fell from a high estate to this low estate in the land of our enemy, and we be enslaved by our enemies. Our possessors slay us. Go ahead.
And hold themselves not guilty.
And what do?
And hold themselves not guilty.
They literally hold themselves not guilty. Trayvon Martin, when Trayvon Martin was killed, they literally signed petitions. It was riots. It was an uproar in the city. And this man still got let free. And he was not guilty. He still was let go back to his job and live a regular life. And we haven't heard from that dude ever since. So the Lord is judging our people because we ain't breaking the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich.
And they got rich off of our people. Go ahead and read. You want to hear these laws? You got a minute to hear the word of God? You believe in the Bible, right? Okay, no problem. No problem. So, do you know what your nationality is according to the Bible? What is it? You a Hebrew. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So do you know what it means to be an Israelite?
Oh, yes, I do.
So do you know what you're supposed to do?
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay, so what is it?
I can praise my Creator with all my heart and soul.
Get that.
All
You got it?
see Israel. Okay. There's a lot of things that Creator tells us.
Okay, so read this for me right quick.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?
What did he say?
And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So now we're about to show you what the Lord requires of us as the children of Israel. Go ahead.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
But to do what?
But to fear the Lord thy God.
You know how to fear the Lord your God? How do you do that?
You know that He is King. And as the King of all of our tables, we must also know that He created us in His image.
Okay.
Right? And if He created me in His image, that means I'm just like Him.
Okay,
I
so
must give reverence to my Father at all times.
no problem. That's a good answer, but let's see what the scriptures say. Go ahead.
Okay, to fear the Lord, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways.
Do what?
To walk in all his ways. To love him and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. To keep the commandments.
To do what?
To keep the commandments.
To do what?
To keep the commandments.
The Lord wants us to keep the commandments. That's how we love him. Go ahead.
To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes.
And his what?
And his statutes.
Okay.
Which I command thee this day for thy good.
For what?
For thy good.
So this is written for us so that we can keep the commandments for our good. Read this for me too.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13.
Bring it out.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
So this is the whole duty of man. We gotta fear God and we gotta keep his commandments. Because look at the way our people are. We in a bad state right now. Our community is fell to the ground. I don't know if you heard, but our people used to be kings and queens, right? People talk about us being kings and queens, how good we were. But when you go into the ghetto now, our strong men are dying, right? Through gang violence. Our people are in jail, they're gay, right? So the Lord, he wants us to keep the commandments. So if you know any commandments, you know the 10 commandments? All right, so let's name them. That's enough.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Thou shalt not kill. Right? Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. I just went over this yesterday.
All right, so no problem. You did a good job. You did a good job. Don't worry.
I got 30 children, so.
Yeah. Hey, the Lord's blessed you with children. That's good. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
People call me Jacob. Y'all
Hey, that's a good thing. So the Lord's blessed you, and you did a good job with quoting some of the commandments. But let's give you the rest, right? So read Exodus chapter 20. Go ahead.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I'm going to start at 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
So do you know how not to have another God before the Lord? How do you do that? Okay. Okay, Father.
I call him my Father, and I seek my Father day and night.
No problem.
Because the commandments is written on my heart,
Okay.
my soul.
No problem.
So we must do what His will.
Yeah,
Not
that's
our
good.
will, but His will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Exactly. So go ahead to the next commandment.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
Okay, so we just read how not to serve a graven image. So anything physical, anything that you form, any motion image that you make and you pray to it, like how the Muslims pray to that rock in Mecca, if you're doing something like that, you serving a graven image. So the Lord said you're only supposed to serve Him. A graven image. Give me Leviticus 26:9. Right? So we're not supposed to be serving any graven image according to the Bible. And that's one of the reasons that our people fell from the kingship that we were in. Because we started doing these things. Go ahead.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Ye shall make you no idols,
Okay.
nor graven image,
Okay.
neither rend up a standing image,
On what?
a standing image,
Okay.
neither shall ye set up any image of stone,
Any what?
any image of stone
So what the Muslims did was set up an image of stone.
in your land, to bow down unto it.
And they bow down unto it. And they serving the creation more than the creator. Right? And we're not supposed to do that, thus saith the Lord.
For I am the Lord your God.
Because he's the Lord our God, not that rock. So we're not supposed to be bowing down to no rock, thus saith the Lord. Right? So let's get back to the 10 Commandments real quick. Right? So read the 3rd commandment now that he knows how not to serve a graven image.
It says, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain.
Okay?
For the Lord would not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
So do you know the Lord's actual name? So yeah, we could call him Abba, we could call him this, that's title, right? No one knows. Give me Exodus chapter 6 and verse 3.
He said, I am.
Give me Psalm, hold what you hold and get Psalm 83:18. Okay, get Psalms 83:18.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 6 and verse 3. And I appeared unto Abraham and unto Isaac and unto Jacob by the name of God Almighty. But by my name Jehovah,
And what?
but by my name Jehovah was I not known unto them.
Exactly. So he came to them by the name of God Almighty, or whatever they call him in Hebrew, but by his name Jehovah was he not known. And as we know, the J was a new letter that was just invented, right? And in Hebrew there's no vowel, so it was Yahweh. That was his name, right? So read this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 8.
So this is another account of his name in the scripture. This is Psalm 83.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 18. That men may know that thou whose name alone is Jehovah.
It's what?
Jehovah.
It's what?
Jehovah.
Right? Or Yahweh in the Paleo Hebrew. So his name is Yahweh. Right? So now let's get the next commandment. Right? So we know to have no other God, don't serve a graven image, don't take his name in vain. You know his name now. What is it? Yahweh. Whom Yahshua. Alright, so read that next commandment for the day.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
What?
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Okay, so do you know when the Sabbath day is? Saturday. Come.
6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work.
So I'm not sure if you fully know how to keep the Sabbath, but just in case you don't, even if you do, we're gonna go over the okay, come. So let's go over to see how to keep the Sabbath day. Thus saith the Lord.
6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work.
Right? So from Sunday to Friday evening, Sunday is the first, say it again?
Friday evening.
Yeah, so from Sunday to Friday, that's 7 days is what I'm saying. Yeah. So Sunday to Friday, that's 7 days, right? And when the sun goes down, that's when you want to start to begin the Sabbath day, when the sun goes down. So go ahead.
It says, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that then is, and rested in the 7th day.
What did he do on the 7th day?
And rested the 7th day.
Exactly.
Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother.
Wait, read that last sentence on the 7th day.
Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
Salakia, so read this.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 48.
Bring it out.
Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
Okay, so if you want to be perfect like the Lord, you're going to follow that Sabbath day, because the Lord just said he rested on the 7th day. So you will want to rest on the 7th day just like the Lord. Right? So go to the next commandment for brother.
Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be prolonged on the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
So that's playing upon tables. You're not supposed to hit your mom or curse her out or disrespect her in no type of way, and that's how you honor your parents and your father. Go ahead.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 13.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor his anything that is thy neighbor's.
Actually, so we're supposed to follow these laws,
Hear the word of
statutes, and
God.
commandments. And if we teach men so, we could uphold the community. We could teach our brothers, our young brothers that's in gangs, our young brothers that's gay and folly. We could teach these men the law, statutes, and commandments. And if you come and follow the law, statutes, and commandments and do that, the Lord is going to bless you. Give me Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. Let's show the brother what he could be doing out here. You could be doing what we doing. And it looks carnal. It looks like regular, right? But what we doing is real powerful, and it's literally lifting our community up. Go ahead.
Son of man, this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
What does the Lord say?
Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
So just you coming over here right now and hearkening and listening to our words, that's a strong thing right there. The Lord is literally talking to you through us. And we literally giving you these words. You're supposed to listen to the Lord. And what is he saying? Read from the top again.
Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
So the Lord literally called you over here to tell you that he might have made you a watchman unto the house of Israel if you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
So we hearing the words out of God's mouth. What is God's mouth? And what is this? It's this book. So this book is God's mouth. And we giving you the words out of God's mouth, and we letting you know that you could be out here doing what we doing, raising up the lost sheep of the house of Israel, just like Yahushua did, Jesus did. Right? Go ahead.
When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand.
So once you hear these holy words, once you hear these strong words that the Lord is speaking to you through us, and you don't warn other people the same way we warned you, the Lord is going to kill these people, but he's going to require the blood at your hand. Right? He's going to give you that punishment and judge you according to the ways that you're doing because you didn't warn them. Right? So read this real quick.
Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 5.
Bring it out.
Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
Before what?
Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
So before all of us is out here formed, before we was even formed in the belly, the Lord knew all of us. He had our souls in his bosom, right? Go ahead.
And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. And I ordained thee.
He did what?
And I ordained thee a prophet.
He ordained us to be prophets. Right? Give me Amos chapter 2 and verse 11. The Lord literally said he ordained our men to be prophets. We're supposed to be out here teaching our brothers to be strong men. Right? We're supposed to be out here uplifting our communities. And we don't do that. All of our strong men is locked in jail, or they out here teaching the wrong thing, or they're out here doing drugs on the low, being gay on the low, and our community is fell to the ground. So we're supposed to be up here uplifting our community. Give me that.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 2 and verse 11. And I will raise up of your sons for prophets, and for your young men Nazareth.
Sons for what?
Prophets, and for your young men for Nazareth.
So our sons are supposed to be prophets. You're one of the sons of God, and you're supposed to be out here